Found it, y'all. We got the receipts on Courtney Love's Epstein connections. Let's listen to her dad explain the details.
We were talking about the Epstein case, and then we're talking about Courtney Love turning tricks, and Hank was telling me that Courtney was even responsible for being like a madam and procuring escorts for parties, and even underage prostitutes for parties, is what Hank was saying tonight.
Off the air, I'll give you the names and you can double check on it, because the answer to the madam situation isn't so much that Courtney herself did the recruiting, but that she knew this Frenchy chick who definitely had the access to the recruiting.
If we heard these names, would we recognize the names?
I doubt it, because it was really underground. We recognize the customer's name.
Hank, how did you know that Courtney was tricking for David Packard?
Well, that's the Frenchy Marcellet connection again.
Alternative researchers tracing Cobain person of interest, Courtney Love's name, as a preferred inner circle contact inside Jeffrey Epstein's black book, have long looked for the missing link explaining how an asset transitions from the underground music scene into a high society network of co-conspirators. In a newly resurfaced interview from the Opperman Report, her father, Hank Harrison, drops the ultimate timeline receipts. Harrison details firsthand that as an emancipated 17-year-old in the early 1980s, Courtney was running internationally with adult CIA assets Steve and Kevin O'Leary. Her father maps her physical trajectory being handed over by these intelligence spotters straight into Aenon Venture, a documented UK front house. Harrison outlines a hyper-calculated blueprint. She didn't materialize inside elite networks by accident. She was systematically groomed by state intelligence operatives as a teenager before transitioning into real-world procurement operations as an adult. Decades later, that exact behavioral blueprint evolved into the macro trafficking camp, with Harrison testifying that Courtney operated as a high-level madam, utilizing underground handlers to supply underage prostitutes straight to corporate founders, tech giants, and Silicon Valley elites. The pipeline from the O'Leary brothers straight to the Epstein-style grid is finally exposed.
Hey, Steve, keep an eye on Courtney, will you, while you're on the road? So I didn't know they were going to go to Aenon Venture, but they went on a ferry to Liverpool. They went from Liverpool down to Surrey and London, and they wound up at this place called Aenon Venture, which was definite CIA front house. Absolutely.
That said, there's a lot more interesting stuff, regarding how Courtney became independently rich as a kid and at 16 years old. And also, Hank Harrison has some wild stuff to say about David Geffen. Stick around, because I can only talk about so much in a 3-minute video. Should they reopen the Kurt Cobain death investigation?